It's a stadium so big, you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. We're through the bye weeks and into the race for the postseason. Week 15 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second and 8. Diving right side, got it! A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz when he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Let's go.
Pass play coming here. And that one's going to hit the turf.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because... away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Brown on the inside give. And he gets this forward to the 19. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Okay, go ahead and pitch me. I think we just saw it. Not only a fullback getting a touch, but getting a double-digit gain. I think the big guy's earned himself another carry or two with that one.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
He's got it on the bootleg. That throw behind his intended target. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Cut out left. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
And the kickoff is in. Out of the end zone, touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Street, go!
Here's the handoff. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. Catch is made down the right sideline. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Sly gets the extra point to go. And the Cowboys won up the opposing field goal, and they start with 7 on their opening drive. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I know you can read your partner right now, Kate. You know I'm smiling because that was a callback to the early days of football when fullbacks, fullbacks, not running backs, they were the one that led the ground game. He didn't stop at a yard or 2, He ripped off a nice chunk for them right there.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Ready?
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
60-6.
From the 36. Throw complete to Williams. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Well, Kate, that's a quick hitter to the big guy, and that's what you normally expect to see out of it. Not a huge gain, just picking up a little bit before they stall him out.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. All in left side. Breaks through, and he might break away. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Another try following the sack. Stays in the pocket. That one's complete, right side.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. They'll throw it again. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. 7-3 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long.
Who you got? Omaha. Hey.
First throw for the backup now. He's going to push one deep down the right. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. Here's Jake Moody for the field goal. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Moody knocks it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set.
Now a give left side. And this one is stopped after getting up past the 35. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Chased out to his right. Pass it downfield, working the left. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw it on 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Searches from the pocket. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go, set. Check smash, check smash. Check go.
Pass play now. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, when you're a defender and you see them give that quick little take to the fullback, you just have to stop him before he gets started. They piled on him and held him to minimal yardage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Murray on the play fake. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Murray on third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 4th and long. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. He's stick, but he can't evade that one, and they get him to the ground. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd down.
On the set. Dragon 60. Ready.
Trying again following the sack. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Broncos, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now. Murray. Pass is caught at the 9. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Running this one left. It's a foot race. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. That holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Looking for a throw here. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Set.
Throwing from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Ready.
On 1st down, they'll run. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Set, go!
Back to the well again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. And up.
Working inside the red zone. Connects with fans. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll try and punch it in. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys tie and can take the lead here in the 2nd. Extra point is up and good from Sly. And the Cowboys take the lead on that successful kick. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. Fits it through the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a 21-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds past midfield. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Here's Kyler to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Now a give. It's Brown headed right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Kyler throwing here. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And the Broncos will have a first down. Murray looking to throw. Brought in right side. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They design this off left tackle. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Big
On the ground, Brown. And he takes this down close, up to the 3. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Murray. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos take the lead just before halftime. On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Broncos push their lead to 6. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Here we go.
He'll throw it. He fires one deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
A 42-yard attempt.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This, 42 yards from the right hash. Up and good from Joseph. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set up. Huh.
Give now to the running back. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
First and 10 from the 41.
Here we go, set.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Come on, set.
He'll throw it. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Set, ready. Huh.
Here's a throw. It's intercepted by Rick Woolen. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Cowboys 17.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
30-yard line.
They're out and set. First and 10.
Right here. Let's go.
Throwing it to start this drive. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Got it. Ready?
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
19 tight. 9, 10.
Motioning him from the slot right.
Set, go.
Another try following the sack. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll run here on first down. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
On the coverage.
It'll be a field goal try from Joey Slye. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. Up and good from Joseph. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game. To go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the gun. Here's Murray. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. On the move, headed right. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Punting unit out now. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Is a 51-yard punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense.
Ready up.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Ready.
Airing it out to start this drive. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Let's go now.
2nd and 10 now. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, One of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
60 Bobcat. Here we go, here we go. Go.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. That one hits for 30. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Now, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Here we go, set.
From the red zone now. We've got a screen to the running back. And this one does not go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Come on, set.
They'll try and throw it here. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Stephanie. 79 Broncos.
Now looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Let's go.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
70 Timberwolves. Hut.
Here's a give up the middle. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Set. Hut, hut.
He gets another shot here. Times for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Cowboys can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. Sly gets the extra point to go. And the Cowboys bring it back to even. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, a get to Brown. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, I'm not sure the defense expected that give to the fullback. By the time they shook off the surprise, he was through the line and headed to the 2nd level.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. That's brought in by White. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Murray here on first down. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch. And it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Man in motion here. First and 10, Murray. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
That's one. 2-2.
Now Murray on the play fake. Out wide, and it's intercepted. Deron Bland has it. And the Cowboys getting back on his 6th interception of the season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Plowing up the middle. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. This game remains tied after 3, so we'll decide things right here in the fourth quarter. First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Broncos have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. It's into the hands of White. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
From the 40 on second down. He'll get this complete to White. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Back to the air, Murray. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Hey, Ace, Ace.
He'll throw it yet again. Looking slant route, complete. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They send a man in motion. First down from the red zone. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
He brings it in. It's a Denver touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Now we're on the counter. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Set up. Go.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Another carry for him. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Come on. Set.
Throwing from the gun here. Caught by his back. And they take him down right along the 30.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Ready.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Warrior 70. 70. Dragon 60. Trap 60. Look.
Setting up a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Here's what I know. I know this one, Kate, from personal experience. After this one's over, QB, well, he's going to spend some time in that cold tub because he's been in so much time on the ground, taking a beating today. This offensive line, this offense has got to find a way to protect the passer.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here.
19 line. Let's go.
Slot man in motion right. He's back to throw. A crucial mistake late. It's intercepted.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental gain, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Play action now. Murray. He lets one fly deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Set, go.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's got a man left. And he'll get it up to the 44. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And they're trying something here. They fake the spike. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
Go.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throwing it again on 2nd down. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning.
Set.
Throwing it again here. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face second down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
2nd and 10 now. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Broncos will take over as he picks off his 10th pass of the season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. That's caught for the first. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work and really not...